Welcome. In front of me is an iPhone 15 Plus, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this device. Now, there will also be one not a trick. I'm gonna say it is on higher end versions of this device, but not on this one, and I'm gonna get into it in a second once I get to it, but it's going to be more of a kind of me pointing a finger and laughing at Apple and their stupidity. Anyway, let's get into it. So we're gonna start off with the holding toggles in your control center, which gives you additional options that you can access. So as an example, brightness has things like dark mode, night shift, true tone, and obviously the control for your brightness. Other things like, for instance, right here, the mobile network, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, when you hold it, it actually gives you more options. For instance, AirDrop and hotspot, which wasn't previously visible. And additional options below here also give you more to choose from. For instance, when you have camera, you can choose to take a selfie, video, portrait, photo, or a portrait selfie. So it gives you a bunch of different options that you might not see at the first glance. And also, whenever you tap on this option, typically it will just open up the default version of this, right? While holding it, it gives you additional things to choose from at basically a quick tap. Now, moving on into another option, it's going to be the one that I'm going to be laughing at, and basically Apple, and pointing the idiocy of theirs. So it's an option that actually exists on iPhones is called swipe to unlock. And what it allows you to do is not have to F around with unlocking your device as much, because right here, when you get the device, you get to double tap on it, then you get to swipe up, and then you get to put in your crappy ass code or have your face scanned, right? But basically you need to first wake up the device, then swipe up. It's additional step that typically doesn't actually happen on logical devices, for instance, like Android. So just kind of showcase this. All I need to do is, boom, it's unlocked. I do have a screen lock too, so that was a fingerprint sensor read. As you can see, it's still locked. Boom, unlocked. I don't need to do any additional stupid swipes like I do on here. And the reason why I'm pointing fingers at this and just completely shitting on this is because even iPhone decided to include this. So this garbage device, actually not this one, sorry, it's going to be this one, the Pro version of it, even decided, yeah, that is actually stupid. So what they added is the swipe to unlock, which it scans my face and unlocks it. I still need to swipe it for some stupid reason, but at least I can swipe it from the lock screen when I'm not, without needing to actually tap on the display to wake it up. Technically, one could argue that this is still a woken up device, as I can still see the wallpaper and all that stuff, but in Apple's mind it's not. So anyway, I can just swipe up from here, like that, and it automatically tries to scan my face and then automatically will unlock the device. This option does not exist on the non-Pro versions of this device, because why would you have ease of access to your device that already costs stupid amounts when you can just get completely shafted by Apple? And I am going to point this out because it's such a effing stupid thing to have in your device, or not have in your device, that any phone nowadays has. Just not Apple. You don't pay for convenience here, let's be honest. So that's basically not the trick, and me just laughing at this just absolutely stupid device. So now, truth be told, if you're buying this device or thinking about buying the non-Pro version, I recommend going for the Pro, because like it's faster. You can go for the Pro last generation and it will be basically the same device, just better, with more options apparently, and possibly cost you the same amount, considering the iPhone Pro or 14 Pro is in last year model, so the prices might be lower, like they were at one point, where it costed you less to buy the Pro version of the previous iPhone than it costed you to buy the non-Pro version of the current one. The processors are the same, the displays are the same, so there's no reason to go for this one, outside of just, I don't know, flexing that you have a newest iPhone that doesn't have the option for you to easily unlock the display. Anyway, Now, moving on into some other more useful tweaks. We have dark mode, which I already showed you. You can access by holding the brightness, and you have it right here. It's already enabled, so if I tap on it, I will disable it. The reason I'm pointing that out is because we also have another option called the what is it, white point, and we can, are you kidding me, which we can access by going into the settings, and in the settings you want to navigate to accessibility, which I am already in, so main settings page, find accessibility, and then find the display and text size, and you want to swipe down all the way, and you will have reduce white point, and this acts kind of like a brightness. Now the description below is not very descriptive of what it actually does. So reduce the intensity of bright colors, no, it just reduces the intensity of brightness altogether. And just to kind of show you the difference, that's the option, right? Just turn it off. That's me lowering down the brightness. Almost the same exact, at least to me, it's the same exact effect. Now, the reason why I'm showing this is because you can actually set this up to be on a quick toggle with a triple press of a power button, allowing you to toggle it on and off at will. Something that you can't really do with your brightness. Brightness needs to be controlled manually, at least for the granular way of it, which tapping your power button 3 times wouldn't really do anything with the brightness, because it doesn't know if you want to lower it to 20, 10, 15, 17, 59 or 100% brightness. So that option here allows you to select the specific percentage, as you can see, of brightness, and then just toggle it on and off at will, which might be useful. Now, moving on into the last option that I wanted to show you, it's the subscription section in your account. So if we go into the settings, the main settings page, and at the very top you have your account for your iCloud. You can tap on it, and here you'll find subscriptions, and this is a absolutely fantastic section that you have access to. It's something that I'll actually admit Android is lacking, as far as I know. So what it allows you to do is see everything that is right now that you have basically assigned as a subscription. You can check how much you're paying for it, when you are going to be rebilled. You can cancel it. You can see other plans from here, and you have just a lot of control over this, just as a information event section. So just to give you a bit of a my version of it, typically if I on Android buy out a subscription for something and I don't actually remember about it, I'm gonna be stupidly paying for it month for month once I forget about it, and there's not very clear way for me to check what my actual bank account is being drained for the most part, unless I just start going through all the transactions and seeing what each one of them was, which I don't really do. Now here you can tap on it, each one of the options that will show up right here, see how much you're paying for it, cancel it if you want to, and all of them are visible easily. And the stupid Silicon Valley trash logic of basically having everything on subscription just so you can start paying them monthly fees and then forget that you're paying them monthly fees so they can just milk you dry without you actually remembering about it, because hey, you know, it's only $10, right? $10 from a couple million people, yeah, it starts to add up. Couple thousand forget about their subscription, don't use the service, they're still getting the money for something that you don't actually use, don't need, don't care for, just because you forgot about it and you didn't really have a way to check what you're actually spending money on. Here, that's not a problem. Navigate here, check out, cancel it. So yeah, fantastic section right here, highly recommend checking it out if you tend to have a bunch of different subscriptions and maybe you did forget about some of them. But anyway, with that being said, this will conclude the tweaks and tricks that I want to share with you. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.